Okay, greetings, folks. We're at Koyasan today, and just sitting here in a nice little meditation spot, indulging in the amazing energy. It just never stops here. It's incredible. All right, so mapping the Quabbalah text. How does one go about starting this? You know, going into Akasha and then tuning into the cosmic nature of the letters is the way that Barden recommends it. So that's a top-down approach, and you can read about letter A practice, how to go about tuning into the letters. Now, the reality it is that most people are just simply not going to be able to do that. The amount of effort it takes to tune into your Akasha, and it's a decade of work for a solo practicer who's not in a group of people that is able to access Akasha. If you're around people who have been practicing Akasha for a long time, you catch it, you feel it, you're led to it, and it's like, that's what it is, and you get sucked into that Akashic space. But if you're not that fortunate, there's another approach, and this is the approach I recommend. Do your building the ball qigong, which I've got a video on, so you can feel energy. Do the exercises on the electric and magnetic, so plucking the joints and expanding the joints to separate the yin and yang, separate electric and magnetic and the life force, and then separate out the elements fire, air, water, and earth. And that all can be done in just a matter of 100 hours of training of basic Qigong. Once you've got that, you've got the building blocks. From there, you go air element. You sky blue color, look up at the sky, hit the air element body mechanics, float yourself in the feeling of air element, and then pay attention to each letter. So letter A in Quabbalah is the sky blue color. It's got a feeling of buoyancy and floating. It's got this quality of the awakening of the mind, and you're very insightful, and everything's extremely clear. And then you have the feeling qualities of activity, and your body feels light, and you want to go for a run, and you feel connected to weather and air currents, and you have all these sensations of, this is the air element. Now what you do is you start mapping resonance. So to map resonance, you're basically tuning the air element to the physical body, and then looking for resonances within that particular spectrum of the air element. And once you've found that resonance, you pay attention to it, you fine-tune it, and then you build it. And then you move on to the astral. You accumulate the astral through the release of time exercises, first transformation. You find resonance with that in relation to what's being talked about in the book, and then you map it out. You map it out how it relates to you. What are you experiencing? What are you feeling? And so forth. As you go through the air element letters, I don't suggest you go through the book in the A, B, C method. I suggest you categorize all the air element letters into one section, and then once you have all those air elements letters locked in, then from there go one at a time and map each one of the air element letters, because it's a spectrum of air, and you've started to build it. You might as well map out the whole element for it. And then from there, I suggest you go to the next fire element and map out the fire element. Go through the basic mechanics of building it, go through the mother letter, and then each of the individual letters that come after that, and read the book and find resonance with those fire element qualities, those air element qualities. And do the same with water element. The physical and astral will be the easiest. Mental will require a bit more tenacity, and then the Akasha will require the most amount of sensitivity. As you find resonance for each of the letters and you're mapping out the text, you fill the wall. You might have an A3 poster sheet of card for each letter, and you have 27 sheets on the wall. You fill the whole wall up, and there's the whole Kabbalistic alphabet. You've got 108 frequencies covered, and you go, okay, I've got the basic mapping done. You've got the basic idea of what you want to relate to, and as you unpack each letter, you get more detail filling in So you might have the letter A, physical, astral, mental, and Akasha on one A3 card that's on the wall. To start with, you have some basic ideas in it, and then each time you revisit it, you have more experiences and more resonance. So you accumulate the energy, and you allow the energy to express itself through the laws of resonance within you, and you unpack your own Quabbalah. It's unique to you. Other people can have different experiences. Now, what you start doing from there, start finding, how can I use this? So let's say you're doing air element, and you've on the letter Z, which is the nice yellow color, and it makes the body really light and athletic, and it's good for walking, running, sprinting, and peak performance in any athletic endeavor. And as you express that athleticism by actually building the energy and then feeling how it wants to express itself and then expressing it through that activity that you have resonance with, that's letter Z for you. Now, your expression is going to be your expression. It's you. It's not anyone else. It's not other people's ideas. It's how it resonates through you. Now, as you move through expressing each idea, you're building an energy for a skill development that has a physical, practical use. So, of course, you're going to use this every time you go running or going walking in the forest or doing a power walk or any form of exercise. And it's a fuel for expressing and getting better at that exercise. You're improving your energetic skills through that. Now, as you develop this method where you map a skill, you put energy, you express a skill, the energy reticulates through the three bodies and vents itself through the physical body for, let's say, running or walking, or the astral body through an astral quality, or the mental body for a mind quality. You very quickly go, oh, this is a practical system. It's practical Quabbalah. It's practical magic. And you're continually seeking to express that magic on a daily basis through doing physical things. If you were not doing the physical things, you wouldn't be giving it value. So Quabbalah, even though the Akasha and mental levels are spiritual ascension-based frequencies, moving from the mental, astral to the physical, are practical tools for life. So once you've established these practical tools for life, then you're in this place where, Quabbalah, it makes sense. And you raise the frequency of what you're familiar with, and you have ascension pathways which start to form. Because as you apply an element practically to something, by expressing it in a very, very physical way and building a physical skill, that karma pathway of your mind concentrating to perform that skill allows an equanimity pathway for ascension. So if, let's say, you're a person who does kendo or sword work, and every day you pick up the sword and you respect the blade with 100% attention and concentration, when you move the sword, the spirit moves. And when the spirit moves, it radiates through the astral physical body. And then after a few years of doing it, when you touch the sword, you enter into samadhi instantly, and you enter the stillness. And Akasha is accumulated underneath, and that acts as a doorway for your spiritual growth. Now, the sword work is air element work. So you quickly find that whatever your physical expression is, once you move into concentration or samadhi of that expression, you have a door to Akasha, which means you have a door for spiritual ascension. So practical magic, practical Quabbalah, using these tools for practical uses. So let's say you have a relationship and you want to heal the relationship. So it might be with a spouse or your girlfriend or boyfriend, and use the letter J, and you wrap the letter J around yourself, and you're feeling towards that person. You wrap the energy around them, and they're feeling towards you. It heals a relationship, and you have this perfect relationship forming. So letter J into the physical and astral. Every time you have intimacy, you invoke those energies to improve the intimacy, improve the quality of the energy exchange, improve the quality of the platform that you're using for your ascension pathway. And you do this every day in every opportunity possible. So most of the day you're using these energies. You might be at work on the computer, air element into the mental body, raise the frequency, and basically do what you're doing more efficiently with that element. So there's every aspect of life becomes everything that exists is mind. The mental body is training with astral and physical energies as an ascension pathway to elevate the mind through accumulation of akasha, through concentration, and the practice of magic. So your whole Kabbalistic framework of practical use is a platform for your ascension, and it's unique to you. Whatever you express high levels of concentration in automatically take on the quality of a potential karma stream for your mind to ascend. And this is really the sign of a master. When you are really expressing your skills at the highest possible level, your mind is accumulating akasha through that skill, and that accumulated akasha is your ascension pathway because you own it. You did it. It's not mimicking someone else's path. It's your own path. It's your own spiritual work. Okay, so I hope this helps people who are interested in Kabbalah and how to map out the Kabbalah, find practical resonance within each letter, use it every day, accumulate the energies, express the energy through mental, astral, and physical action, transform it into practical skills, make yourself a better person, make the environment around you better, help other people, have vows of service to improve the group consciousness, improve people who you're interacting with. And because the nature of the universe is to evolve and grow, when you're in resonance with evolution and growth, the universe supports you, and the beings that are in the hierarchy support your evolution and growth, and Kabbalah becomes an easy, wonderful path to develop. All right. Thanks for your time, everyone, and see everyone on the next video.